guys are here?
The excitement's unbelievable. I mean, you know, they're in there now getting their World Series stuff, and they're really pumped about that. But yeah, the nicest and the best thing is you can see the joy in their face because they know they've worked really hard, and this is just the fruits of that labor. And I'm extremely proud of them, you know, how they handled themselves, how they played. It's just been a great ride, and they're really, really excited about going and representing Auburn and Alabama in the College World Series.
Well, obviously, when you lose the first game and you got to win two games in one day, there's pressure there. Just talk about how they responded to that yesterday.
Well, basically, there's really a simple answer. I mean, you know, Scott and I, we've been through that before. I mean, LSU beat us at ASU one year, Lafayette beat us one time, and so we had to come back. And so there's a basic formula. There's nothing to lose. I mean, you go out there and win the first one. You win the first one, the pressure shifts all to them. And again, that was a key thing, and because you're full of excitement. You know that you just beat them, and that one more out should go into the College World Series, and they weren't going to be denied. And they handled the situation and the pressure. I mean, example, Kaylee Carlson. At the beginning of the year, she wouldn't have been able to handle everything that she had. Seventh inning, she has 3 hits, and one barely leaves the infield, and yet none of them score. I mean, you know, she's out there smiling and working and knowing exactly what she had to do. No walks, no strikeouts, pitching to contact, you know, staying with the plan. And again, that's the thing. They're really starting to understand staying with the plan and understanding the process.
Clint, could you talk about what Haley's been through the last 7 months and what it really meant to you and the team to have her come through with those big hits and the Super Regional?
Well, for Haley, it's like an extra dessert. I mean, she was going to redshirt because she didn't think she could get ready, and then all of a sudden, hey, I can get ready and I want to help the team. And I mean, it was just a matter of time. She's a phenomenal athlete. She's been able to, you know, kind of work and get extra work and do all the things necessary. I mean, the happiest person in the stadium on that home run was Haley. But I tell you what, the double was more important. I mean, at that point in time, coming through with that type of a hit, you know, to give us those 2 runs, that was huge. And she knew it. And, you know, that's the type of player. She's, you know, one that's going to face adversity and give it her best shot.
Is there any chance that she plays defense, or is she still 100% with her knee?
Well, we're never going to hurt somebody. So as we go, we'll reassess at the end of the week. Doc Goodlett is with us, and that's one of the reasons, because we're constantly, you know, testing our leg to make sure everything is good. We don't want another turtle.
Right.
You know, I mean, so she can hit, she can run, she can slide, she can play defense if needed. It's just, you know, at some point in time, you got to make that call. I mean, is the health of the player more important? So,
How much does she do for you, just batting order-wise, to be able to have her down below those top 4?
Well, it clearly gives us, you know, a very potential bat. And again, you know, our offense has been sporadic all year long, but when we click, hitting's contagious. So if one person can spark us, and then everybody catches fire. And she's been a good asset and a good addition to our lineup. It's something that we needed.
What's the matchup with UCLA right out of the gate? The team you guys are pretty familiar with, you know, from last year.
Well, yeah. I mean, we sent them home, so I'm sure that they're going to be talking about that. You know, I would if I was coaching, but you know, they finished second in the Pac-12. We finished first. So, I mean, it's a good matchup. I mean, they're a good ball club. All 8 teams there have earned that right to be, you know, say that they're one of the 8 best. And you got to go and play your best softball. And if we stay with the process and stay with the plan, you know, I like our chances. But UCLA, of all the teams, there's the one we probably have the least amount of information. So we've been scurrying. We were watching film last night till late. So we'll get it going and we'll have a good reporter.
What does it mean to you and the team to have all these people out here to send you off up on the city?
Oh, the fans. I mean, I can't speak enough about the fans. They've been awesome all year long. I mean, look at the heat that was yesterday, and we had the biggest crowd of the year yesterday. And they didn't leave for the second game. And, the 300 people we had standing in left field, they had a great time. And so, I mean, we had well over 2,000 people there. And it's again, these fans mean so much to the girls because of their support and the energy, and they feed off of that energy. And they don't want to let them down. They're going to play their hearts out, for a lot of different reasons. And the fans are one of them.
Do you feel like this is a different mentality group or a different attitude that you're bringing this year compared to last year? We heard from Carazoni going, "We're prepared, we're ready," kind of like a business trip type of attitude.
Well, kind of. I mean, we talked about it last year. The difference between last year's and this year's team is that we've got experience there.
Right.
Now, we know what to expect. It's not going to be the first time. They're not going to be as in awe. I mean, there's a level of excitement just being there, but knowing what's going to happen and knowing the transition and knowing how the backfields work and how the crowds are and where you got to stand and all the different things that go on and the fun things that we're going to do with them. They're real excited about that. So that experience is huge. So that is a big difference. It's going to help us, at the College World Series this year.
Clint, this is 9 times in 11 years for you, I think, going to Oklahoma City.
I'll trust your math.
I mean, that's a pretty remarkable record.
Well, again, I haven't taken a swing or hit a ball, caught a ball that meant anything. But I'm a lucky man to surround myself with a great staff and great girls. They buy in and they believe in us. They believe in each other, and when that happens, the chemistry is good. And great things happen.
Can you talk a little bit about the pitching staff and how having quality depth kind of plays into your strategy or in a World Series like this?
Well, again, you can't say enough about the two newcomers and how they pitched yesterday. Kaylee, in the second game, and Michaela in the first game. For a freshman, she did phenomenal. 18 years old, and having the pressure or the realization that, hey, if I don't do well, this may be the last game for everybody. And I thought she was rock solid. And Kaylee, like I said in the interview, she wanted the ball. She wanted the final game, and she said, hey, listen, I got the loss in the first one, and I want to redeem. I want to, show this team that, hey, they're so important to me, and I'm going to pitch my heart out.
You see being in the top 3 now for Player of the Year, and that will come down. You've seen many Players of the Years and faced off a lot of those. What do you think her chances are, and what she has done for you guys to put her in this position that she is in?
Well, if I had a vote, it would be Casey Cooper. I mean, just because of the value to our team. And you look at the numbers, the number of walks and home runs and game-winning hits, and again, it's really helped having Emily there because of the fact that they don't pitch to Coop. Now they're going to have to pitch to Emily. So you can look for Cooper being in the 2 spot probably from here on out because we're going to force their hand one way or another. And if Tiff gets on, that makes it even better because Emily could be coming up with 2 people.